Good morning. How the devil are you doing this fine day? Me? Well, I'm praying that today doesn't bring a reality check. Just going to throw something up on the screen just as a very quick reminder. I came back from Bauma 2022 filled with positivity and optimism, but later in the show we'll be joined by Builders Conference CEO Neil Edwards, who will be revealing the true state of the UK construction nation. If you have any questions for Neil, now is the time to ask them. You can post your questions in the chat and we'll get to them just as soon as we can. I'm going to take that ticker off for just a moment. We'll put it back up a bit later on. Apologies if I seem just a tad distracted today. I'm doing the show with one eye on our subscriber count over on YouTube, which, as you can see, is at 12,998. I'm rather hoping we will pass the 13,000 subscriber mark during the course of the show. I'll be keeping an eye on that. If anybody hasn't already subscribed, please do so now, because my OCD is kicking in and the 12,998 just doesn't sit well with me. Just as a very quick aside, you may have seen the news yesterday that the Coventry Building Society Arena, formerly the Rico Arena, has called in the administrators. Now, of course, the CBS Arena is the venue for the Executive Hire Show, which is scheduled to take place in February of next year. Prompted by those news reports, I did actually speak to the organisers late last night, and the show will go on. In fact, they're so unconcerned that they're not even issuing a statement about it. In addition, stand bookings are still flowing through, and even JCB, who has been rather quiet on the exhibition front recently, has now signed up as an exhibitor. So if you were planning to attend the Executive Hire Show in 2023, stick with your plans, because, as I've said, the show will go on. Now, speaking of the show going on, let me roll the intro, post the question of the day, and get this show on the road. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. It is Thursday, the 3rd of November, and as that remarkably persistent guy just said, welcome to the Breakfast Show. I am your host, Mark Anthony. In today's show, Bobcat takes tech to the next level. Komatsu sets out its environmental stall. Yanmar unveils its new wheeled excavator range, and we take another walk among the kit that was on display at Bauma 2022. Plus, as I've already mentioned, Builders Conference CEO Neil Edwards will be joining us a little bit later in the show to look at the construction contract awards recorded in the month of October. So if you want to know what is really going on in the UK construction industry, you won't want to miss that. We'll get to all of that in just a second. But first, let's see who among the rich and the shameless will be celebrating a birthday on this day of days. Happy birthday! And it's many happy returns to Death Wish actor Charles Bronson and Sherlock Holmes actor Jeremy Brent. Happy birthday also to German goal machine Gerd Muller, to former boxing champion Larry Holmes, to American comedian Roseanne Barr and Rocky actor Dolph Lundgren, to footballer Ian Wright, comedian Dylan Moran, and to TV presenter Ben Fogle. But far more importantly, today apparently marks the birthday of a true giant of the cinema in every sense of the word. On this day in 1954, Godzilla was born. Who knew, right? Many happy returns to them, one and all. Sadly, we also bid farewell to a well-known and well-liked demolition man who has sadly passed away. I received word late last night from Andrew Jameson that David Clark, ex-Keltbray, ex-Keith Plenty, and other companies as well, has passed. I didn't know David Clark personally, but he was clearly respected, and his passing will be mourned by many, I'm sure. The thoughts of all at Demolition News and the Breakfast Show are with David's friends, family, and colleagues at this very sad time. The development of construction and demolition equipment usually comes in the form of evolution. Small incremental changes that slowly move the industry towards a safer, more productive, and maybe even a greener future. But every once in a while, we witness a revolution. And I think this is one such time.
Hello, my name is Dennis Agnew. I'm an Idea Acceleration Manager with Bobcat Company. Today I'll be talking a little bit about the transparent OLED screen that we've been developing in a joint venture with LG. And this is the screen that it's a transparent OLED. So it might not look transparent right now because it has a lot of items on it. And what we're showing here is just everything that we're able to actually pull up on this screen, just to show all the offerings in one shot. So you can see my hand moving behind the screen, and what we can do is we can hit this button and we can clear this out. And what we're really trying to do is ask the operators and get feedback from the operators of what do you want to see, when, and where do you want to see it. So answering those couple of questions is what we're really after with the transparent OLED screen. So just to show you a few things that we can pull up onto here and some of the functionality of this screen, I'll go across the top and I can select from any of these things that are up here. I could pull up maybe some gauges, maybe some buttons. I could pull up a camera, I could pull up a job site map, all of those functions. But when those come up, they may not be in the right spot for the operator. I might say, oh, I want this camera view, but I don't want it right there. Well, the operator can grab it and move it to any spot that they would like and just drop it. So it's pure drop and drag. You might say, well, now it's in the right spot, but it's not large enough. Well, that's very easy to do. We can actually grab the corner of this and I can expand that out. I can make a larger view if I would like. And then if I am done with that piece of my job and I don't need the camera view anymore, I can then just make it go away. So the functionality of this to actually function as a window and as a display is the functionality that we're looking for. In our cabins, we have a lot of glass in our cabins, and we're really trying to take advantage and leverage that glass. So if I say, well, maybe I want to work a job site map. I want to pull up this job site map and let the operator know where to operate and where not to operate. So if I say, oh, well, on this job site, you're here and I want you to dig this trench in this blue line, but don't dig in the red lines. And oh, by the way, you have a gas line coming across about 3 feet deep here and an electrical line coming across at 1.5 meters deep here. Those are all the type of things that we can put in front of the operator that is just information for that operator, and that's what we want to enhance, is being able to deliver information to the operator when and where they would like it. So if I just take that away, now I'm back down to having a lot of glass, and I can hit my button up here and just clear everything out. So having that opportunity to be working with a very large display that is interactive and has all the functionality that we have and more is one of the competitive advantages that we think that the transparent OLED offers us. When we talk about transparent OLED screens, we have to talk about where are we going to use them and what equipment is it going to go on. So right here behind me, we have a transparent OLED screen mounted in the right-hand window of this telehandler. The telehandler has an issue with when it raises its boom up on the right-hand side of the cab, it creates a blind spot. So when you're looking in that direction on the right-hand side and you're raising your boom up, in this blind spot, we're trying to figure out how we can use this transparent OLED to give you a view through that boom. So the boom on this, we can actually put a camera on the other side of the boom, so when the boom is raising, the operator can just look at the window where that person would actually look when the boom isn't there and be able to have a view out of that right-hand side and not have a blind spot. So that's just one way that we're able to actually deploy this transparent OLED screen that we're working with. We can put different gauges on this machine, we can put lift charts, we can put anything that you have in the current controller, but we can also put different camera views and any sort of information that that operator might want or need.
Yes, I've switched glasses. I don't know how well you can see it. Let me just raise that a little bit. Bobcat. Wearing Bobcat glasses by way of celebration of that fantastic piece of tech. So what do you operators make of this? A good thing? Great advance? A distraction? I'm not sure we're ever likely to see Gary Muirhead's suggestion of putting YouTube on it so that we can watch diggers and dozers while operating. I think that probably is a very bad idea. Also, one of the things that occurred to me, and I'm surprised that nobody else has picked up on it, what is likely to be the replacement cost if that screen gets damaged or broken? Love to get your thoughts. Now, while I switch back to the normal glasses, which I can actually see through, Let me roll this.
Since the finance bill came into effect in April, the construction industry has seen a surge of fuel thefts. The rising cost of living has placed an additional risk of theft by employees and contractors, as well as opportunistic thieves. By using diesel dye and placing warnings of its use, you are sending a clear message that this is your fuel.
Right, where are we? Oh, I've completely lost my place. Yeah, mention the word Yanmar. I think most of us would think either of engines or mini excavators, but as you're about to see, there is more to Yanmar than just that.
Yanmar offers a range of 3-wheel excavators, B75W, B95W and B110W, between 7.2 and 12.5 tons. All of them are very versatile and can be adapted to your needs. With the high performance of the machine, they offer you a big efficiency for your working site. We have integrated some new features and options to increase the versatility of machines and even improve the ease of use. Inside the cabin we have implemented some new joysticks that allow the driver to switch driving direction by a switch directly on the joystick. Also, we improved the display menu for the choice of some attachments. We have also added a right side camera that increases safety around the machine and gives you a clear view around. It's always a pleasure meeting our customer at our very nice booth here at Bauma. Please come and visit us.
Yeah, the Yanmar stand at Bauma was called Yanmar City, and for very good reason. It was densely populated with a huge range of new kit. Go and check them out over on YouTube. They've got a lot of new kit that they would love to show to you. The Komatsu stand at Bauma 2022 featured some of the biggest kit at the show, but it was no coincidence that the massive PC4000E was electric powered. In fact, Komatsu used the exhibition to underline its commitment to sustainability.
The power you need without the emissions. Expanded work hours without the noise concerns. Flexibility for your operators without limiting workforce. Welcome to the next generation worksite with Komatsu, where you can focus on a sustainable future for your business and the environment without sacrificing power or loading capacity. Equipment with smaller footprints, minimal noise, and zero emissions that still provides quality and execution. Remotely operated, wirelessly controlled solutions to expand your pool of potential operators and remove people from harm's way while empowering the productivity you need. Industry-leading battery power that can be recharged quickly and rotated easily for reliable operation sustainably. From the OEM that was first to bring hybrid equipment and fully automated haulage options to market in 2008, comes the next evolution of innovative equipment and solutions, featuring alternative power sources for zero emissions, remote wireless operation capabilities, and equipment suited for a wide range of work environments. Rooted in our history of supporting sustainable development, Komatsu's accumulated technological expertise of hybrid construction equipment, automated mining haulage, and trucks with pure internal combustion engine power means we can offer excavation performance on par with diesel power models of the same power output. Setting a new standard for our industries This range of electric models is designed to promote widespread use of construction equipment that expands flexibility for your workforce and helps protect the world's natural environments by eliminating carbon emissions. For operators, the gentle quiet of an all-electric machine brings a new way of working to life. With zero exhaust to support your carbon-neutral goals, these new machines offer operators flexibility in their work hours and increased comfort for the environment immediately surrounding. Paired with our smart construction solutions, you'll find new ways of working, leveraging advanced digital modeling and visualization, wireless equipment monitoring, and virtual site planning to drive data-powered decision-making and process improvement that will help you improve fuel efficiency, reduce emissions, plan ahead on maintenance, and maximize productivity. Don't wait for tomorrow. Start planning today for a sustainable future together.
Yeah, it's a great environmental message from the fine folks at Komatsu who provided me with, can I do it? There, that hat. No, that one there, the red one. Thank you very much indeed for that. We had a good tour of the stand last week, and I managed to snag myself a hat. Other points of order, just before we move on, had a message from Lou Carney, who is obviously very closely associated with the Executive Hire Show. We mentioned the Executive Hire Show. We also mentioned Yanmar, and the two have coalesced because Yanmar are going to be exhibiting at the Executive Hire Show in February. I also mentioned the fact that we were praying and hoping against hope that we would break the 13,000 mark on our subscriber count over on YouTube. Bingo, 13,004, which has just basically set my OCD going again because I've now got another 996 to find before we get to another landmark. Let me have a look. I need a button. This one. This time last week, I was running around like the proverbial chicken with its head cut off, trying desperately to ensure that I didn't miss anything at the Bauma show. Sadly, it appears that I missed plenty, but that shouldn't prevent us from enjoying another of our Messe München memories. I'm just going to give Neil Edwards a very quick 2-minute warning before we fire up the next video. I'll be with you in just a couple of minutes, Neil. So time to finish the makeup, put down that cup of coffee, and I'll be with you just in a second. Okay, it's time to put on the comfy shoes as we prepare to stroll among the equipment from the likes of Senebogen, Lenhoff, Doosan, Loophair, and you'll probably spot a few more as well. So here we go. makes my feet ache all over again watching that.
The Miller GT series heralds a new era of unrivaled power and cutting-edge intelligent coupler technology, increasing job site safety, machine versatility, and productivity. It's the added versatility that you need at the value you can afford. To find out more, visit millergroundbreaking.com.
Right, that pretty much wraps up the main part of this morning's show. I want to roll the outro in just a second before leaping gazelle-like over into the chat to see what you're all saying today. It's been a bit busy chat, which I always like to see. If you can't stick around for that, I fully understand, but please stay safe, look after yourself, your family, your friends, and your colleagues. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. But if you do have the time and the inclination, I'll see you on the other side of this.